Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing is, how many demos you been on?
20 something.
What?
20 something.
What? Have you really? For real? All right, cool. Stormy, what about you?
7.
7, cool. All right, the first part here, y'all have this book, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, the first part here, what do you think the point of all of these pages right here are?
To get them into it.
To create what? To let them know they have a what?
Problem.
Problem. What is the problem?
The vacuum.
Well, we ain't got to
They
that.
gave me no money.
What's in the air?
They're the germs.
Right, and the bacteria and the germs and all that, right? The dust mites. So do you agree that a lot of people don't know that before you get there?
Yeah.
Because they can't what?
See it.
That's right. So that's why we bring our light, okay? So you got to create a problem in order to create a need for something, to create a need for a solution, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, the solution is the rainbow, obviously, but you got to create the need to even have a solution, because before I got there, they don't have a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And I think
they don't think they do. So you want to rate the light a lot, okay? The more times you can rate the light during your front talk, is what this is called, the better, right? And when you rate the light, we'll go ahead and talk about that. When you rate the light, don't bring the light down low like that. The problem is, Stormy, obviously they can't see it as well, right? Now, if you ask them, Heather, do y'all see all that? You know what they'll say? Oh, yeah. Because they're embarrassed for you,
Oh.
right? Because they're like, oh, gosh, I don't think this girl understands what's going on. I guess I'm supposed to be seeing something. Oh, yeah, honey, I see it, right? And you know why not to bring it this high. It'll blind them, okay? You know not to have anything behind the light. Because what's the problem if I'm behind the light?
Can't see it.
You can't see it. As long as I'm not behind the light, you can see the dirt and dust. You can't have a bright background. So when you're showing the stuff going in the rainbow, don't have the rainbow behind the light. It's something you may not think about, but from their angle, you want to turn it so that they can see the stuff being pulled in, not have it pointed towards them, right? Okay. There's 7 things that I would teach in every single meeting that I ever do, probably. And that is, Stormy, how to create enthusiasm, right? And here's what I mean. You do it at the campground. I'm sure you're good at it.
Yeah.
What do you do to get, because I'm sure you've started before when you start an activity and it seems like everybody's all humdrum. What do you do to get them excited? What is it that you literally would do? What do you do?
I am excited.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy, don't you? Okay. Yeah. See, I can relate to that, right? Because it's the same thing that I go through here in a meeting. It's the same thing I go through when I'm on a demonstration. I want to act crazy in a home. But there's 7 things that I do during a demo that draw them in, right? Number one is I use their first names. Well, sorry. Number 1, I ask questions. I'm sorry. Number 2 would be their first names. All right. Number 3, I use gestures and eye contact and smile. Okay, so I've just covered 3 more of them. Okay, but also I vary my voice a lot. Okay. Actually, times Heather, I stop. And make it dramatic. All right. I actually do this in a demo. All right. Why is that? Well, because they worked all day, they're tired, they really weren't looking forward to this, and they just assume it's just another pushy demonstration of some sort. Maybe they've had the insurance guy over, or maybe they've had a Kirby demonstration, or, you know, not that all Kirby salespeople are pushy, but I'm sure there's pushy salespeople in every business. So, but when I do this, what I like to do is I also want to sit close to them. And by the way, there's one page right here you want to pay attention to, and that is how to set up. I'm always in a kitchen chair. I need a kitchen chair. Okay, now, they have the high chairs, you know what I'm talking about, where they're bar stools almost? Yeah. You need to get another chair, all right? A lot of our dealers take a chair with them on the demos in their car in case they get in a situation where they don't have a low chair. And it happened to me on one of my last demos. I didn't have anything to sit on. I had to stoop down the whole demo. My knees were throbbing when I left. Now, I mean, honestly, guys aren't as flexible. Guys can't get, you know, women sometimes they say, oh, I prefer to get down here on the floor and do it that way, but a lot of guys can't do that. So, and older people that we have here, so get a chair, put the rainbow on one side, or you put the box with the rainbow on top and the water ball on the other, and have your kit on the other side, all right? was right here was a coffee table. But what did I do with it, Stormy?
Moved it.
I always move the coffee table. Why is that? Well, it's hard, like with him back there in the back, it's harder for me to keep his attention than it is for me to keep you guys' attention, right? Because I'm just so close to you, right? You gotta either be wanting to make a sale, or you gotta be, if you wanna make a sale, you're gonna move the coffee table. Because you understand that everything I'm teaching you today is for your benefit, right? So make sure you move the dang coffee table. Don't ever do a demo over the coffee table. Not ever do I do a coffee table. You gotta move it, all right? How do you move the coffee table? Well, you just stand up and say, Bill, would you help me slide this down? The husband will get up, help you move it, just put it over here against the wall. And I've got 30 black cloths laid out, by the way, on the top of the table. And I set the stuff off the coffee table underneath it. And I've got 30 black cloths laid here that are clean. That way, every time I need a cloth, I just reach to the table and grab a cloth. I don't have to, anybody ever struggle trying to get them apart? You know what I'm talking about? But if I've got them all laid over here, I can grab one real quick. But when I put them back, they're dirty. So then in my demo, I have 30 black cloths that are dirty. So anyway, this is all part of setting the stage. So when I get ready to start the demo, what I want to do is I want to make sure to sitting close to me, both husband and wife together on the couch. I don't want him sitting over there or sitting here. And I'm going to just roll. And I say, guys, don't worry. I'm not going to read all this to you. I just have to go through just a couple pages in the book, and I can kind of set the book down. But it's a fact. Humans need 3 things to live. Stormy: good, clean food, pure drinking water, clean, fresh air. Each day, you breathe several hundred cubic feet of air. Pure air is just as important as pure food and pure water. They say, Heather, we can go weeks without eating anything, right? Days without drinking anything. How long can we hold a breath? So air's pretty important. But you know why we don't think about it, Heather? Because our bodies breathe for us automatically, right? So we don't have to think about it. Y'all occasionally suffer from runny nose, sore throat. You ever lay down on the couch and take like a nap, or wake up in the morning and be stopped up? And they say polluted air may be responsible for a lot of those symptoms. Now, there's nothing you can do about the air outside your home, but it is something you can do about the air inside, right? It's a fact, the air inside your house may be worse than the air outside. We already know that. Stormy, when's the last time you were ever grilling out on the back porch and you looked over at Heather and said, honey, I'm going to go in the house and get some fresh air? You ever done that? Where do you go for the fresh air? Because you know their outside's cleaner, right? And it says right here on my paper, indoor air levels of air pollutants can be 2 to 5 times or even 100 times dirtier than the outside. And you know the reason for that? Think about this. Everybody's using double insulated windows, doors. In fact, I noticed your storm door. That's a nice storm door. What you're trying to do, trying to keep the heat in the winter to cool it in the summer, right? But you know what we trap inside our home? Dirty air, right? In your country, girl, imagine if you took a little creek and ponded up an area. No fresh water getting in, no water going out. Eventually that ponded area will become what? Green and stagnant, right? That's the air in our homes. Everything in here is releasing chemicals. And we're breathing the same dirty air over and over and over. We spray aerosols in it. We cook in it. And that's why our air is so bad. But it says right here, what may be in household dust particles. Okay, now you see this little cheat note? That's your cue to rate the light. 3 times at least, okay? Well, here's what I do. I say, what may be in household dust particles? First of all, just let me ask you. Heather, would you have any problem breathing the air between my hand and my light right now?
No.
How about now?
Yeah.
See all that? I literally put it, Stormy, right at your face, just like that.
Without even. That's
See all that? Now, I was in a lady's house the other night. She looked at me. She's seen the sunlight come through her window, I'm sure, before. She asked me, why is that stuff always in my ear? Think about it, Stormy. When we walk, watch this, when we walk. When we walk across our carpet floors, it just boils out of our floors, doesn't it? Okay? And they say once you stir it up, it can stay in there, believe it or not, for up to 7 hours. We're always moving around. Pretty much always keeping it kicked up. Watch when you sit down on your couch. Now hit your couch. That'll be the same thing, all right? But what may be floating around our air? Anyway, anything from pet dander, mold, pollen, moths, cigarette smoke, all that stuff is floating around our air and we're breathing it. Fleas, ants, mosquitoes, paint, plastic, rubber, nylon. All that stuff's floating around our ear and we're breathing it. Fireplace to it. And the worst one though, guys, is this one right here, the dust mite. Have you ever heard of the dust mite? You ever seen, do you know what I'm talking about? It's a dust mite? Okay. Oprah Winfrey did a special on dust mites not long ago. It's on YouTube. It's pretty gross. But this is the picture one right here. They're not that big, Stormy. If they were, we'd probably need a shotgun, not a rainbow, right? They're so small that 7,000 of them can actually fit on your fingernail. But they're actually, they're what cause most of our allergies. This is kind of nasty, but you know we're not allergic to the mite. We're not allergic to the mite. Check this out. it is house dust mite waste, not the mites themselves that trigger asthmatic allergic attacks. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say waste? It's the poop. I don't know if y'all call it number 2 or poop here or whatever, but it's okay. I'll do that in the house. I don't know if you call it poop or number 2 here. The kids will speak out, we call it poop. Oh, do you? Okay, cool. All right. Oyster dust mite poop. Okay. Well, all humans are allergic to a protein in their waste. All right. So that's how when you breathe this stuff, you're breathing that dust mite waste. And it's the dust mite waste that bothers you more than anything in there. Okay. Now, you know where you find animals? You find animals where there's food. You have any idea what dust mites eat? They're called dust mites. What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I said. Okay. Anytime someone gets an answer wrong, Stormy, what do I always say? That's what I thought. But actually, okay, anytime someone gets an answer wrong, I say that's what I thought. But actually, why do you do that? So they won't be embarrassed that they just got it wrong. Make sense? So I say, I said the same thing, but actually, the bulk of my food is sloughed off human skin particles. See, every 28 days, our body sheds outer layer of skin. Where do you think the highest concentration of dead skin will be here in the house? One place you lay down every night for 8 hours. And you bet, as you lay in bed, you rub all the dead skin on your mattress. When you get out of bed, it's like a big buffet just open for the dust mites, right?
Well, so when the kids crawl in bed with you, that's 4 times worse.
That's right. That's true. In fact, they say the average mattress gains 1 to 2 pounds of dead skin a year. So if you had your mattress 10 years, it weighs 10 to 20 pounds more than when you brought it home. That's pretty nasty, isn't it? If you think about it.
You're right, these are mattresses.
Now, where does dirty and unsafe house dust come from? Look at this. Filth from the streets brought on the bottom of shoes. Stormy, you ever stepped in a bubble gum in the parking lot?
Yes.
I can't stand that. You know what that proves, though? It proves we don't really look where we walk, and people don't look where they spit. We walk in parking lots where people clear their throats, where unhealthy people spit. Did you go to work today? Unless you held it for 8 hours, you probably went in a public restroom, right? Think about the stuff we messed up in the public restroom. Bacteria, viruses, hepatitis, things like that. Did you take your shoes off before you came in this morning? See, I didn't either. The things you and I walked through today, where some of them ended up. In our home, in our floor. Then we walk across that same stuff, and we breathe that same feel. I'm not saying that your house is filthy, Heather, so don't get mad and think I am, okay? But wouldn't you agree, Stormy, the stuff underneath that line, a lot of it would have to be the filth that we drug in on our shoes from outside? You know, one of our guys calls it the filth from civilization that gets in our home, all right? It's not just dust like a lot of people think. It's filth, right? And again, I'm not saying your house is filth, okay? But we all have filth that we brought in from outside on our shoes in our homes, okay? Right here, pets bring all kinds of nasty critters. You have a dog? You see they have a dog or not? Okay. Part of this is pet dander, if nothing else. That's the dry dead skin from your animal. By the way, that's the number 2 allergen, okay? Pollutants are blowing through windows and doors. Heather, what's terrible in spring turns our cars yellow and green? Part of this is the pollen we got in this season. Last season, the insects died in your carpet, no upholstery fabrics. You ever found a dead fly laying on the windowsill? Sometimes you don't find them. Guess what you turn to when you don't find them? Got longer. Okay, is that your hair? Yeah, turns into that. Ashes, dust and dust. And germ-sick friends and neighbors visit your home. You ever notice when a family member gets sick, what happens normally? Yeah, it's like, dang, I didn't eat after, didn't drink after. How the heck did I get sick? See, Stormy, if I sneeze and I'm sick, particles, my germs can get past to you, right there, all right? Now, Mother Nature uses rain to clean the outside air that we breathe. How do we clean anything, Heather, that means anything to us? We always use what? Use water, all right? Let me ask you, if I took my light outside and turned the light on outside, do you think you'd see anything?
No.
No. What do you think?
No.
You guys are both right. I said yeah. Okay, but actually, you walk outside on a bright sunny day, isn't the sunlight brighter than my light? You don't see all the stuff in front of your face though, right? But how about when that same sunlight comes through your window?
No.
The reason you see it inside, not outside, is because every 24 hours,
Mother.
Mother Nature, or God, however you want to say it, washes the air with the dew, the fire, or the rain. Some type of water will pass through that air tonight to clean it. If you walk outside at 5 in the morning, the grass is always wet, Heather.
Wet.
It's always wet at 5 in the morning. In fact, what time of day is your outside smell the freshest? What time of day? In the morning, okay? Or maybe after rain. Let me just ask you this. When's the last time it rained in your home? It's been a pretty good while, right? Well, look, you could, and I'll ask you this too, Heather, but what are y'all doing to get that out of your ear? most people, you know what they say? Nothing. Or they'll say vacuuming. But you can see it's still here. You could go get a garden hose storm, and you could come in here and do what? Spray the air down, right? You'd have good, clean air, right, Heather? And that's the way God does it, or Mother Nature. Passes the water through the air. What Rainbow found a way to do is reverse the process. Instead of passing the water through the air, pass the air through the water. Does the same thing without getting anything wet. So I got some water right here out of your kitchen sink. If that were the glass out of the cabinet, instead of something that looks like, of course, sort of like a bedpan, okay, you probably wouldn't have a problem drinking that water. Same water you make tea, coffee, cook with right now, okay. All right, you see it's clean, all right? Now the Rainbow actually has two parts. The bottom part holds the water, the top part holds a motor. You fasten them with these little latches right here, right? Now when y'all built this house, you said y'all lived here about, what, 6 years or so? Wouldn't it have been awesome if this house had a switch over there on the wall, you could just flip the switch, and it would just automatically start cleaning this out of there? Here's your switch, turn it over right here. Rainbow right here in the front, see it going in there? What it does, it takes all your dirty air right here in the front, okay? Takes it through a swirling back the water, what's called the Rainbow Hurricane. Would you agree if it goes in there, it's going to get wet? And we know that dirt and dust doesn't fly after it gets wet. That's why we went down the ball field. That's why when you drive down a dirt road on a rainy, wet day, you don't see dust, right? Only fresh water washed air comes out the back. Does that smell fresh? It's the freshest air you breathe in your home. Smell stormy, smell that? We can feel the power. Feel our power, right? How long did you say we had it running?
30 seconds.
Let me ask you, would you drink that water now? You know, it's funny you say that. Doctors tell us to be safer to drink that water with that filth in it than it would be to breathe the air that all of us are breathing right now. Because see, if we drink it, it will pass through our digestive system. We have linings in our stomach, acids in our stomach. We will pass it. But what we breathe, a lot of it goes to our lungs, gets in our bloodstream, causes asthma, allergy, all the time, breathing problems, colds, flus. Now, here's what we do at our house with our Rainbow. Right? We get a Rainbow every day while we're brushing our teeth, taking a shower in the morning. Right? We run a Rainbow on high for 20 minutes. Right? An average 1,500 square foot home, the Rainbow will make a complete cycle of all the air through the Rainbow in roughly about 15-20 minutes. It'll make a complete cycle in about 15-20 minutes of all the air. So if you're ready for an hour, make like 3 or 4 cycles. Right? You guys have a big house here. So maybe you got to run it 30 minutes to make a complete cycle, right? This is a new E2 Rainbow. You said your parents have a Rainbow, right? So this is a new E2 Rainbow, right? This is different than theirs because it has a low speed that you can leave it running all the time on low to clean the air. Check it out what it's doing right now, guys. Still doing what? Still cleaning the air just the same, Heather, as if it was on high, but it doesn't use any more, it doesn't use much electricity at all. And what I love is it's certified by the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America, all right? One of our guys was in a house and their daughter had bad asthma. She had a nebulizer, if you know what that is. Her nebulizer had that seal on it. It's difficult to get that seal. The Rainbow is certified by the Asthma and Allergy Foundation, and not that this certification means a lot to you, but it's also certified by these people. They test air purifiers and make sure that the air coming out can be certified as an air purifier. The Rainbow is certified by the Carpet Rug Institute. Okay. And like I said, you can leave it running on low 24 hours a day, or you can flip it on high and do a real quick power clear wash and never run it on low. It's up to you. We do both. Like I said, I run mine for at least 20-30 minutes in the mornings, and then flip it over on low, change the water once a day. Let me ask you a question, Tony. It's a silly question. But would you rather have all of this stuff in your ear for you and your kids to breathe? Or in that water to flush? Which one?
In the water.
Now, let's take a time out just for a second. All right, let me back up. Obviously, I rate the light a lot. Okay? Stormy, when I got over here to filth from the streets, brought in the bottoms of shoes, you ever stepped in the bubble gum? You know what that proves? Is we don't look where we walk. People don't look where they spit. We walk out here in parking lots where people spit you in the back. We walk around healthy people, clear their throats. We walk through. Did you go to work today? You probably held it. Unless you held it for 8 hours. You went to a public restroom. Think about the bacteria, viruses, hepatitis, things like that you could have stepped in. You take your shoes off before you enter. Heather, I don't either. You know the things you and I walk through today that's on the bottoms of our feet? You know where a lot of them end up? And I literally shift my feet in the floor. I say, nip in our home. Then we end up walking across that same dirt, dust, and filth and kicking it up and breathing it. I'm not saying, Heather, that your home is filthy. Just don't get mad at me. But honestly, Stormy, wouldn't you agree that the stuff underneath the light, help me out, is what?
It's your,
That weed.
From the outside world.
It's not your field.
that's
Okay.
ignorance.
Okay.
My filth is mine, I want somebody else's.
Notice I rate the light 5 times on this page. Every time I cover, pets bring in all kinds of nest food. You see, you had a dog, well, this is a pet dander, okay? And I rate the light. I'm gonna rate the light 5 times. I'll tell you this, it's not a bad thing to rate the light a lot, right? When I get over here, I then explain how Mother Nature washes the air outside every 24 hours to do the fire or the rain, right? And I ask them what time of day is air outside smell the freshest, and I usually say, I don't say when does air outside smell the freshest. What do I say? What time of day? And that way they'll say the morning after the dew, or maybe after a good rain, right? Let me ask you this, Stormy. When's the last time it has rained in your home? And they say, well, never. And I'll ask them, what are you guys doing to get that out of your air? And you know, how, a lot of them will say, well, I'm vacuuming, I have an air purifier. And you know what I'll ask them? How's it working? I mean, it's obviously still here. Now, there's 2 ways you can get rid of it. You can get a garden hose, come and spray the air down. That's the way Mother Nature does it. Pass the water through the air. What Rainbow found a way to do is reverse the process. Step, pass the water through the air. Pass the air through the water. The same thing without getting anything wet. So, Stormy, when I did this, did I have the light from the top or from the bottom to show it was clean? Top. Now, how do I remember that? Well, look, we even put a cheat page here. Top to show it's clean. And you ask them if that running glass out of the cabinet, would they have any problem drinking water? Same water you make tea, coffee, cook with, right? The Rainbow has
2 parts.
bottom part was the water, top part was the motor. You fasten them together. There's little latches right here. Okay? And then I'm going to show them how it cleans the air. That's what the next thing it does right here. See, put the light in front of it so it's sucking it in, right? Someone say, when you built this house 8 years ago, it would have been awesome to have a switch over in the wall. You just flip the switch and get rid of this. Here's your switch. Turn the rainbow right in front. It's okay to hit the light on the front of the rainbow too so they can see it. But if I wanted you to see it, Heather, I may need to turn it just a little bit more. See that? What it does, it takes all your dirty air right here in the front. You got to yell. Takes it through a swirling bath of water we call the rainbow hurricane. You think it wakes them up to yell? Yeah, that's why I'm yelling, is to wake you up so you can hear me. Look, you're tired. She's starting to zone out. Okay? I can tell, it's okay. She's starting to zone out on me, right? What should I be able to realize that? Is it important to realize it? You ever see that in the crowd? You lose a couple of people. You start calling their name, or you go over to them and get them involved. It's the same thing. You see, that's an awesome thing that you realize that, right? You can't be tone deaf to body language, right? You got to be able to read somebody's body language a little bit, you know. So anyway, my wife says I'm too suspicious of my kids all the time, but geez, I'm sitting there watching their body language. I'm thinking, she ain't listening right now. Yeah, she don't give a crap, you know. So anyway, I show that. So stuff that went in, right? And I said, would you agree if it goes in there, it's going to get wet, right? What happens to dirt, dust, and filth? What happens to dust when it gets wet? It stays, right? You ever driven down the dirt road on the rainy wet day? You don't see dust flying behind your car and all that, right? Then it blows fresh water, wash the air down the back. Doesn't it smell that, guys? The freshest air you breathe in your home is just out walking outside after the rain. But you feel the power. Stormy, guess what I didn't call that? Suction. Don't call it suction. Because later we're going to explain until suction doesn't work, right? Then I'm going to say, guys, would you drink that water now? Now notice, the rainbow is still running. I've already got my light underneath the bowl. Why, Stormy?
Because it's some of that. It'll make it look worse.
It looks worse as soon as you turn it off and put the light under the bowl. Why am I looking? Notice I'm not doing that. What's the problem there?
Fine.
Yeah, but we do that in the home. I've been with people doing it. I'm like, what the heck? Can't you see they're squinting? Okay, do that and look through the water with them. Look through the water, all right? Now, doctors tell us to be safer to drink it than to breathe it, because if we drink it past our digestive system, light is in our stomach, acid in our stomach, Heather will pass it. But what we breathe, Stormy, goes to our lungs, ends up in our bloodstream, can cause asthma, allergy, and all kinds of breathing problems. Guys, here's what we do at our house with our rainbow. We get our rainbow out every day and run it on what? High for about 20 minutes every day while I brush your teeth. And notice this too, Stormy. It is important, and I really do believe this, that you don't make the machine look heavy. So if you have a hard time lifting the motor, you're going to make it look heavy. You really are, all right? So it's better if you need to do that, stand up, and it makes it look lighter, all right? Got me? Okay. So anyway, we run a rainbow at high for 20 minutes every day just to clean the air. An average 1,500 square foot home, the rainbow will make one complete cycle, Tony, about every 15 to 20 minutes. So it'll take all the air through the rainbow one time, right? So in an hour, you run 2 or 3 cycles, right? Did you see your mom and dad have a rainbow? Okay. This is not like their Rainbow. This is the new E2 Rainbow. 2 because it actually has a quiet wash speed. You can call it quiet wash, stealth mode, I don't know what you want to call it, okay? Everybody calls it a little something different. Quiet, second low speed, but it has quiet mode. Check this out, you can leave it running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Guess what it's still doing, Heather, here in your home? Still cleaning the air just the same, right? And notice it's got the certification on the side. We're certified by the Asthma and Allergy Foundation. One of our dealers went home, their daughter had asthma really bad. She had a nebulizer. You know what a nebulizer is? Okay, right on the side of her nebulizer was that seal. The Rainbow is certified, and it's pretty hard to get that certification. Also, the Rainbow is also certified, and you want to flip over and show them all the certifications by AHIM. They certify air purifiers and also the Carpet Rug Institute. Got me? Cool. And what happens if you forget the exact steps? They're right here for you.